The content of this channel is for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised. You're tuned in to the Green Gorilla channel. Please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification button. And please, feel free to share the video. Thank you. What's good, everybody? I'm the G with a PhD, and you're tuned in to the Green Gorilla channel, the place where black men can express themselves freely, straight up, no chaser. Now today what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about black men in comparison to all the other men in the United States in relation to education and employment. Now the question then is, why am I doing this? Well, I'm doing it quite simply because I want black men to know where they stand in relation to other men, but I also want black women to know where black men stand in relation to other men so that they could have a more reasonable expectation about the kind of men that they may be likely to find when they seek an intimate partner relationship, a pair bonding, or even marriage. So let's just get into it. By 2018, about 50% of black men 25 and older had been to college, although just over half, 54% of them actually completed a degree compared to 60% of all men who attended college, 2/3 of which, 66%, have completed a degree. But you see, the biggest disparity between black men and all men in these here United States is with those who have a bachelor's degree. Only 19% of black men have a bachelor's degree, compared to 32% of all men. I mean, that's a pretty important point, don't you think? Another very important point that's worth consideration is the fact that 15% of black men have less than a high school diploma, whereas the number is a tad bit lower, 12% for all other men. Now let's take a little bit of time to talk about employment. African American males ages 16 to 64 had a lower participation rate in the labor force, 69%, compared to all males, 79%. Now, labor force participation refers to the percent of men who are either working or looking for work. Males not in the labor force include those who may be full-time students, disabled, and others who are not looking or gave up looking for employment for a whole host of reasons. The 37% of African American males who worked full-time all year in 2018 had median earnings. Pay attention now, median earnings of $30,928. You can compare that to $41,119 for all other men. Now, when it comes to the type of work that black men do in relation to other men, you can see that along the lines of blue-collar occupations, black men are roughly around 36% of that population, whereas 35% of all other men do blue-collar jobs. But the difference comes in when you look at service occupations. While black men are about 23% of the people who perform service-based jobs, 15% of all other men perform service-based jobs. Now, let me break all this down so I can get to the nitty-gritty and be done with this video. Okay? So, nationwide, there are 93 black men with full-time jobs for every 100 black women with full-time jobs. Now, it is true that that number can vary depending upon what city and what location you live in. I mean, for example, San Diego has 167 full-time working black men for every 100 working black women. But say, for example, in St. Louis, it only has 78 full-time working black men for every 100 full-time working black women. Well, all that signals to me is that black women need to try to change venue if they want to kind of find the men that they want, or the kind of man that they want, the so-called high-value man. But at the end of the day, if it is the case, if it's the case that you want the kind of black men that you say you want, then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to begin to fight for economic justice and for structural conditions which are beneficial for black men. That means that you have to be a little less narcissistic, you have to be a little bit less self-indulgent, and work to fight to change the conditions again of black men. So, having said all that, man, I'm done. I'm the G with a PhD. This is the Green Gorilla channel. I'll holler at y'all later, man. One.